Right, we're back with part two. We're back. So Scott, what are we doing?
So we are about ready to begin combat. So initiative is done a lot of different ways, but we're dealing with just basic initiative. So we are going to go with the combatant who has the highest quick um, attribute, and they would be the first ones to attack.
Right, I've got tactician at novice, which says I can use my cunning instead of quickness for initiative.
Okay. Okay. And is your cunning a better value?
Yeah, it's 15.
Okay. And does anyone have a better score than 15 as far as they're quick? No. Okay. All right. So James, yes. So
Yes.
maligno. Sorry. Is it maligno? Just give me a quick pronunciation, just so I can keep it consistent.
League, no.
Okay.
Pronunciation is
no.
this.
That's right. We were
Pronunciation, pronunciation, Scott, is this pronunciation.
Okay.
Maligno.
Got it. So, within the game, you have different actions. I mean, there are free actions within the game, but you can decide a couple different things. You can decide to delay, even though you're the quickest. Otherwise, you've got a movement action, and then you have a combat action.
Right.
So movement actions, you've got your basic just move into melee. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So how narratively focused is this game?
Narratively focused as far as you mean combat itself?
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's still a strategic game because there are measurements within there. The game itself has a measurement of 1 square is 2 meters. And your movement, everyone should have a movement of up to 3 squares, so to speak. So essentially, 6 meters.
Okay.
So, I mean, we don't have squares on here, but if you need to measure, just to get a general idea, feel free to. But it is a very detailed orientated game, but it's only as detailed as you want it to be. I mean, movement actions. I'll run down the list real quick. You can move into melee, you can flank, you can move around an enemy, disengage, create free line of sight, draw your weapon, switch weapons, stand up, or drink or apply an elixir. So yeah, so it's still interpretive to a certain degree, but it's what would you like to do? And then we would just apply the appropriate action or situation and tell you what you need to do. So
okay. Well, I think I'm going to hold my action anyway, because
okay.
I want them sort of come for us.
Okay, great. So in the aspect of the game, if you're going to delay your initiative, that means you are going to be delaying it through the whole combat. So you technically will be going last now instead of first. Yep. Well, that's the rule of the game. But
okay. All right. Cool. Okay.
But I mean, we'll go with the flow. I'm always open to keeping the game rolling as opposed to being a stickler for the rules. So we'll see how it plays out. Okay. Does anybody have a better quick than 10?
Exact 10.
Okay.
13 is my character's quick.
Okay. Okay. Gus and Danny and then what is what is Revnia's?
5.
Mm-hmm. 5. Okay. All right. So Elfgarn. So you will be able to make your action. So you have your movement action and combat action. So if you have pretty much just describe what you'd like to do, and I'll tell you if anything needs to be applied specifically, or we'll just move right into it.
Yep. bow, draw, arrow, aim.
Okay.
And then I'm going to say, right, big mouth,
Okay.
you're mine. And I'm going to target the guy who mouthed off at my Templar friend.
Okay.
And
So-
I'm going to apply my hunter's instinct to him, which gives me the opportunity to make a second attack if the first attack doesn't hit.
Okay. So it's accurate against their defense. So this was technically, other than the active ability, and I assume that's what would you call it? It's either free action or active, I believe. So that's not something you have to activate as a combat action.
No.
Okay. All right. So that's not your roll there at the bottom, right? That was when we were testing it out.
Yep.
Hold on a minute.
Jay, well, do you want to change your name so that on Zoom you got your character name on screen?
All right. Sorry about that. It's dealing with children on a Sunday. But okay. So yes. So let's go ahead and get with our first combat roll. Right.
Oh shit.
All right. So Gus, you all right with the roll on the sheet?
I think so, yep. What's the modifier?
It's going to be a +2.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Excellent. So
I'm
now,
hoping I don't kill him.
no, you don't. So go ahead and describe it. He's going to try to put he's got a small shield that he's going to put up to try to block it, but your arrow's going to make it through.
Yeah, as I knock the arrow, pull it back and aim, I'm going to aim high as if I'm aiming for the neck of his armor, where it's probably a weak spot. And then as I actually let the arrow go, I'm going to lower my aim. So as he raises the shield up to fend off a high shot, I actually hit him under the armpit instead.
Perfect. So you hear, "Oh, shit, ah!" And he looks down, and just the arrow is just sticking out of the weak point in his scale mail armor. As he's like, "I'm gonna get this out." And you hear Augusta go. He goes, "You're out. Stand down."
I'll say to Augusto, "Are we done here?"
And he moves back. He's like, "There's more here," And so your attack, the one that your ability, I should say, is it the attack on the same one, or are you able to make an attack on another?
No, it's only on the one target.
Okay.
If I was to miss my first attack, I'd get a second opportunity.
Got it. Perfect.
But I don't get 2 attacks.
Okay,
Otherwise, that'd be a little bit OP, really, wouldn't
Right.
it?
Okay, so then next we are going to have it's Danny. You said you have 10, and Philip, what was your
10 too.
Okay, so you two can decide. If Danny, if you'd like to go first, or Philip, it doesn't really matter. Because how about Danny? Because I know Philip, you're kind of like standing near Elfgarn, so to speak.
Oh, okay. So before I roll, I have 2 things, 2 abilities. I have Marksman, which makes my weapon 1d10 instead of 1d8.
Okay.
And I got Sixth Sense, which makes I can use Vigilant instead of Accurate when using ranged weapons.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take my bow. I'm gonna aim to the one over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna let my bow go.
Okay. So it's a +2 due to their defense on your roll,
Okay.
just so you know.
2. Yep. Fuck.
All right.
Close.
So yeah, I mean, if you like to describe your arrow whizzing by, as she raises her shield up, block the.
I guess I take aim. I try to do something similar to what Elfgarn did, but I guess I shoot and hit the shield instead, or she see my movement. We don't have fortune points here, right?
No.
No. Okay. Only one chance. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So Elfgarn, you kind of glance out of the corner of your eye as the Ambrian. You're Ambrian, right, Danny?
No, I am a
barbarian.
Yeah.
So that's right. So Elfgarn, you're the Ambrian. Yes, that's right. You've got the family already over there and established. So Elfgarn, you've heard tales of these barbarians. You glance out the corner of your eye and you see that arrow just whiz past one of the female guards, and feel free to proclaim anything.
I think you need to get a little bit more practice there, my friend.
All right, excellent. So Oleg.
I'll try to use my spells.
Okay.
And light entangling vines.
Okay. So what's the spell that you're going to cast, and what does it do?
Entangling vines, and it's rooting anyone. I'm aiming. Everyone got a melee weapon, right? No one has a ranged weapon.
No, all the guards have swords. They're all swords and shield.
I'll just try and hit the closest one.
Okay. And if you want, if does it require a line of sight? Because if it does, you may want to move through Elfgarn and Maligno.
I'll probably just poke my head.
Okay.
It's resolute. Yeah. Okay. Do I have any modifiers?
What are you rolling against?
Nothing. I just have to pass resolute, and next turn I am rolling against their strength.
Their strength. Okay. Yeah.
But
so
that's next turn. First one is just my result.
Yep. It's unless there's anything that will provide you with a modifier, then no. As long as you selected the proper attribute, the Roll20 sheet should apply it.
Yeah, I succeeded.
Okay. So go ahead and do you know, is there an area effect? Is it all of them? So many of them?
No, it's just one. It's
just one. Okay.
It's beginner spell, so.
Okay.
The roots, right. the roots go through the dirt and catch their feet.
Perfect. So any particular one, if you want to ping on the one?
Yeah, the closest one, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and just say she is the closest one, and she will now be entangled. I don't like these things. We'll just go ahead and use this here to show that she's entangled. All right. So excellent. So yes. Now, does your music utilize does your spellcasting utilize the musical aspects of your drums and everything as you?
No, it's just for the part when I read the destinies and stuff like that.
Got it.
It's just for show.
All right. So well, Elfgarn and Maligno, you do hear the goblin speaking in its native tongue, and you can kind of feel the air change as magic is being done. Don't forget to add your corruption.
Yeah.
If you haven't rolled for that already.
I'm just adding it, or do I have to roll?
It's 1d4, I believe. Is it built into your spell, I guess? Does it show that on there?
Do you have novice or adept?
A novice.
Then it would be 1d4.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Where do I roll it?
If it's not there, just a d4 is fine.
Okay. No.
Or /d. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So
it's one.
So a little bit of taint. You can feel the slight familiar tingling sensation as the corruption enters your body, but nothing serious. You felt this before, so it's not overpowering or overtaking anything. All right, and then last, then let's see. So caravan guards. Yeah, so there's 10. So Revnia, you are going last, unfortunately. So we are going to go ahead and just see if we can match 1-to-1. So we're going to bring 1 over to Xeris, 1 to Revnia, 1 over to Elfgarn. And since Maligno's blocking Oleg, that's right. She's entangled. Yeah. So then 1 to Maligno. All right. So we'll go ahead and start with James. So
who's James?
Yeah, this is going to. I'm sorry, Maligno. So this is, you're going to be rolling your defense.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. So I've got acrobatics, right? So I can use acrobatics.
Describe what you're trying to do with it.
Well, I'm just gonna literally be just being like, I just want to dodge out of her attacks. Basically, I just want ideally what my plan was to do. Okay, yes.
Only for free attacks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is for free attacks from enemies. So essentially, if you were if you were running instead of doing a proper disengaging, and they got a free attack on you, it's something like that. But this is not just regular combat action.
So what? I'm just supposed to stand there and take it? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. I mean, if you get knocked down.
Right. So my plan was to basically. My plan was basically to try and move out of the way, sidestep stuff, and basically get them to hit each other rather than hit me.
Interesting. Okay. So that would definitely be quick. And what would
cunning.
I propose for that? Yeah, or cunning. Yeah, cunning. Confuse an enemy. Would that fall into a decent category of what you're trying to do?
Yes.
Okay, so that actually would fall under a resolute check.
Oh, bollocks. Really? Oh, wank.
Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, concentrate. I'm going off the suggestion. So what were you were wanting to use your quick, right?
Well, or smarts, just to time it so that when they come to me, I sort of duck and weave under their, duck and dip, dodge, duck, dive, and dodge. The five Ds of dodgeball. Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing.
I think that's just a normal defense roll then.
Yeah.
That is quick anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So
do I get any bonus, or is it just one roll?
Well, yes. You're going to be against their accurate, so you're going to have a -3.
Okay. Do I get any pluses?
Well, it should be built into your defense, because your defense goes with your quick, right?
Hang on, where's my defense then?
Undo your attacks. The light armor.
Okay. And it's -3, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
What does that mean?
The enemy critically missed. Interesting. Okay.
I rolled a 1.
So, yeah.
Can it be that they hit? So I sort of move like that around them, and she hits her friend there. If you looked at the map.
Yeah. You know what? Because criticals is criticals in the advanced guide, James. Because it's not in the core as far as what they are, but I'm going to say it happens. I just want to make sure it falls within there.
You're asking James or asking me?
I'm sorry, J Wall. Yes.
Yes. There's perfection fumbles, and I mean there might have been criticals in the optional in the core. To be fair,
did we discuss quick optional rules?
We did not, but this will be something that we can talk about during the next break or at the conclusion of the game, because there are optional rules, but they're not really going to play into at least the beginning of this game. So it's definitely something that we could, decide after the fact.
So perfect defense. 1 on a 1d20. When rolling defense, the player character receives a free attack against the attacking enemy.
Okay, there we go. So James, I will let you choose. If you want this outcome to occur, I'm going to have the one guard try to make an attack against the one. Or
I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you'd actually do that though, because if you're not rolling any dice, then that's going to cause problems. So maybe So maybe if I do an attack, and then we can say that it's actually the other, her hitting the other guard. Yeah,
that'll work because you're using your quickness and your cunning to manipulate them into doing that. They've critically missed, so go right ahead.
And there's no plus or minus, or is it against? It's against their defense value, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's going to be a +2, but since this is critical, I'm not going to apply that to it. So you're not going to have to add their +2 for their defense. All right, so yes. So if you want to describe, you've narrowly, you definitely maneuvered out of here, but obviously he's not going to successfully hit the other guard.
I'm never going to fucking hit. Bloody hell.
So to move it along, so yes, so they.
Oh, hang on. Well, let me describe it. Bloody hell.
Oh, go ahead. I thought you were just.
So yeah, so sort of like I dart between her and is it her? Or is it he?
Yes.
So I dart between him and her, and and he sort of like goes to swing at me, but she's standing. The other guard is standing too far away, so my plan falls through.
Okay, but you've survived, Maligno, utilizing your cunning. So we will go down to, let's see. So it's Elfgarn. So your defense roll with a -3.
Okay.
Okay. So, by all means, she's taken a strike at you with her longsword. If you'd like to describe her outcome.
Yes, he charges across the clearing, longsword raised, shield, and wildly swings. And I'm standing there with my bow, and at the last second, I just drop to my knees. Mm-hmm. So the blow that would have probably decapitated me swings wildly above my head.
Excellent.
And as I land on my knees, I'm already reaching for my next arrow.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. And you're now eye level with Oleg, by the way, who is just finishing casting the remnants of his spell.
As I make eye contact with my new goblin best bud, I'll just give him a wink and say, nicely done.
Yep.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right. Revnia. Revnia. Yep.
My defense roll?
Yes. So
yep.
-3.
Yep. I mean, I am pretty certain this is going to hit me.
Really?
I'm pretty certain.
Okay. All right. So 6 damage negated, and they only do, let's see here, 4. So yeah. So go ahead, describe taking, your hit, but your armor took it.
Yeah, I mean, they swing at me, and it just kind of, it goes against the breastplate, and just they're probably a bit shocked that it didn't go through and too much, but yeah, it just bounces off.
Right. So yeah, I know he's looking at you, and he as he takes his swing, he's what armor is that? I've never seen anything. So as he grumbles under his breath, as he just clings against it. And he's got a nervous look in his eyes, though. This is something that he hasn't really dealt with before. All right. Last we have Danny, Xerix. Yep.
Yeah.
So defense roll,
Yes.
-3.
With my leather armor, right? -3.
Okay. So you are going to take, your armor is going to absorb 2 of the 4 points of damage. So you're going to take 2 points of damage to your toughness.
Okay.
So go right ahead, and you're out, by the way. So you will need to yield and step back. So go ahead and describe the scene if you like.
She kind of like walks way faster than I expect, and it don't give me enough time to like pull out my dagger or move from position, and I just had to try to put my bow as a way to defend myself. But she managed to like give me a cut in my arms. She smiles, see my blood dropping, and I kind of like feels a little bit disappointed and angry, and spit to the floor and take a walk back. Yeah.
Excellent.
The walk of shame, Danny. The walk of shame.
You hear Augusto behind you shout, "Barbarian, stand down. You've taken a hit." And then you also hear Bruna behind you, squeal from, Augusto's loud voice, "Ma!" And so stand
That's
back.
a very masculine sheep.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, or, "Meh." Is that better? I'm not around sheep too much. I'm sorry.
We need to find some sounds for sheep.
All right. So, great. Fantastic. So, top of the round.
Do I get to act?
What's that?
Because I held my action, didn't I? Do I still get to? Do I get?
Oh,
to
that's
act?
right. You've held your action. So
And
now,
does-
yes.
and
Valero.
Jay-
Don't forget mine.
And Jaywall hasn't had his action either.
I thought you. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. That's right, J-Ball. You were the. So yes. So Revnia, you are first then, because Maligno, you will be the last one since you're holding it.
Yep.
So
So-
this is +2 to their from their defense.
So the one that took out Xerix,
This one right here.
I'm
She's
going
right
to
over
eye
there.
her. I'm going to spin the flail and do a swing straight into her chest.
Excellent.
And you said +2, yeah?
+2. Yep. Okay.
I hit for 1.
Okay. All right. So yes. So you're going to hit her, but her shield is going to absorb, her armor is going to absorb some of the damage. So there's no blood yet. So if you'd like to describe your cunning and prowess in combat against the caravan guard.
Yeah, just flail spins around, and she's probably actually slightly out of range where I could reasonably hit, and it just scraped her.
Okay. Fantastic. And she looks down and looks up at your wonderful display, because you come spinning out with that flail, and she kind of glances down for a moment thinking that that's it, but just looks up at you and starts to laugh a little bit. She goes, "Yeah."
Did you hit her,
You
though?
didn't have it in you. Huh?
Did he hit her?
He hit her, but absorbed the damage. So it's first blood, not first hit. First blood. So you have to actually have to cause damage because the armor
okay.
absorbed it. Yep. So
what can
All
I
right.
do? So what can I do? Because my combat shit is so low. What can I actually do? I mean, there's nothing I can do except for just constantly dodge.
well, I mean, you could you could grapple with them, make him take a prone quality, which would make it easier for others to attack and hit.
And what's that based on? Strong?
What's that?
What's that based
Yeah.
on?
So yeah,
Okay.
that would be
let's not do that.
Yeah, strong.
Let's
Strong.
not do that.
Okay.
Can I take a defensive action? Can I just stay in defense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that would be defend against attack. So you would like to just use that in going into when their next attack. So that would be your defense against, let's see here, defend against the armor's impeding. Okay, yeah.
What does that mean? Please explain.
Well, the impeding aspect of the armor would be used as a modifier. So it would give you a bonus to your defense next round as they're trying to defend from you. So essentially, their cumbersomeness of you're taking advantage of the cumbersomeness of their armor to give you a bonus to your defense roll.
Okay.
I mean, if we're using the maneuvers in the advanced, there is full defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which lets you roll twice.
Yeah. So, but that's not a trait though. That's an actual maneuver, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like charge, delay initiative,
mm-hmm.
disarm, full defense, etc.
Is there a list? Have we got the list of maneuvers written out?
Not in Roll20 at the moment.
No, those I haven't got added in. I've got a list printed out, and they're also, I don't know if they haven't been actually physically added on there. But J-Wall, what page was the
102?
102, and this is in the advanced. Yep. So James, there may be something in there that he suggested, and that was you can disarm, James. So that's an option. You can try to knock out.
Well, but my physical stats aren't very good.
Right.
I mean, you probably want to do full defense then.
What's
and then
full
you get
defense?
to roll twice.
What, and take the highest? Well, the better one, not the highest.
You stake everything on defense and have a second chance to pass all defense tests during the turn. You are not allowed to perform any attacks.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll do that then.
But but this is the end of the turn though, so we'll be opening it up. So essentially you're defending against nothing because it's going to reset the next turn. So I guess my suggestion is if you were, well, you know what? Considering that you've held your initiative, we're going to let it roll over to the next one because that's right, because you're going to have to hold it throughout the entire combat round. So yes, so defense, perfect. So you will have that during their attack. You follow? So yeah. So they will have a second chance to pass all defense tests during your turn. So if they go to attack you, you fail, you'll roll again. Perfect. Okay. So James. So yeah. So go ahead and you describe what you're doing to prepare for your defense, knowing that
I'm just being twinkle toes. I'm literally just like moving around the opponent. I've got a sword ready, but I've got my hand behind the back. I'm not very good at fighting, but I'm just avoiding. I'm just gonna try and avoid everything that comes my way, because that's the only way I can see and wait and basically wait for my other colleagues to take out the rest of the rest of the guards. That's all I can do.
So yeah, so the way I see what you're envisioning is in a very pulp type manner. You're pushing stuff in front of them, that kind of thing. You're being all twinkle toes.
Well, no. There's no pushing. It's literally me being not where the blade is going to be.
Right. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Okay. So yeah. So you are preparing for another swing from that caravan guard. But before we do, that's going to go back to the top of the round. So. James, you would technically be going first, but you will be holding your initiative this round. So after that, we'll then go to Elfgarn.
Well, let's be frank, right? If I'd known that was a thing, I would have done.
Right.
I would have, rather than held my action, I would have gone full defense.
But to be fair, it's something that by holding your initiative, to me, it makes sense because you're wanting to see the outcome occur due to how you're describing your character. So that's why you're kind of holding off, that's in this particular song. You know how it works now, but it does kind of make sense in the scheme of, your character traits and everything. So,
okay.
All right. So Elfgarn, yes. So you've narrowly missed a swipe from one of the caravan guards and your reaction.
Yeah, I'm going to finish knocking an arrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to mark the target in front of me with my hunter's instinct again, and I'm going to let the arrow fly.
Fantastic. So +2 from their defense.
Okay.
Do you get any more negatives because you're in close combat with someone? With a ranged weapon?
In this particular situation, I don't see anything like that. I mean, there's qualities that can assist. I mean, but as far as what would apply to this situation, no. But there's fighting blind, disengage, first aid, stand up, line of sight, shield, and so on. But as far as anything that's going to affect this particular situation, not offhand.
All right.
Okay. I'll make my roll then.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Ooh. Excellent.
So is that a hit
you...
then? So because you got equivalent to your attribute, that's technically under. Right,
yeah,
cool.
I rolled my target number or lower, so
Yep.
yes, that would be a hit.
All right. So yes. So I mean, go ahead and describe it. You were coming back up from ducking under a sword blow.
Yeah. So while I was on my knees, drew the arrow, and as I'm sort of pushing myself back to my base, I let the arrow go and probably catch this guard with an arrow to the gut.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, being quite close range, there was quite a bit of oomph behind the arrow, and it penetrated whatever armor they are wearing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just look at the guard and say, "Take a seat."
Excellent.
And,
So
then I'm going to just take a couple of steps back, if I could do so safely.
Mm-hmm. So you hear her shriek as the arrow just kind of enters, her midsection, and her sword drops to the ground as Argosto in the corner shouts, "Guard, that's a hit. Back up!" And she's, clenched over herself, holding that arrow. As the one who seems to have finally worked the one out from his armpit makes his way to help drag her back. So she's out for now. And both of them just kind of look at you with a steely black glare.
I'll return the glare, the steely black glare, and then just give them a slow wink.
Oh, excellent. Making friends. Fantastic.
Not his.
So next we're going to have Xerix and Oleg. So up to you. Who would like to go first between you two?
I'm only one in combat, so.
Okay. All right. That's right. Xerix is out. Yes.
Yeah. Should I first roll?
Not rubbing it in. Go ahead, Oleg.
Should I first roll for entangling vines?
Does it roll on your turn or their turn?
Well,
I think it's your turn.
yeah, the creature is entangled until Mystic fails, so it's on my turn.
Yep.
So that's resolute against their strength.
Okay, so that's going to give you a -5.
So -5.
Yep.
It's
Fairly
still 10.
strong. Ooh. Excellent. So yeah, so she's going to still remain entangled with these roots. She's looking down and she's trying to hack it, with her sword. But it just seems like every bit that she kind of hacks away, more roots kind of take its spot, and she seems to be getting desperate as she's just not wanting to deal with whatever this magic is, and it's a little bit panic stricken.
Okay.
All right. So,
I wanna to go to the guards that are wounded, and I have the ability of medicus, and I maybe wanna just without bad feeling try to help them.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, we'll have that occur in the background, but yeah, that's well within your abilities, definitely. So So real quick, Oleg, though, is the maintaining, is that concentration, or can you do something else?
No, I think I can do it. They're just entangled until I fail. I'll move behind here.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Behind the metal wall, yes.
Yeah. Can I entangle the one that damaged Xerox?
Yes, absolutely.
I'll try and entangle her next. So, yay!
Okay.
She's entangled too.
Okay. So yeah, so she looks down and just as she's seeing her friend across the field, and without even noticing the roots grow around her legs, and she's starting to just panic herself too, as she's has no idea what this is, and she sheaths her sword and pulls out a dagger, and she starts sawing at these things.
Is magic feared then? Is there similarities to like how magic is in Warhammer, where people fear it?
Yes. Magic is well, it's people fear it, and also it carries the taint, like what he just rolled now, of corruption. And the more corruption that you have, there's a chance of it becoming permanent. So it's not as intrusive as it is in Warhammer. I mean, Warhammer corruption, as I've played it a couple times, seems to occur fairly quickly within the game. But definitely you want to, if he kept doing this, eventually he's going to start getting permanent corruption going. So
I probably have another spell, and that's it.
Yeah. So, but yes, I mean, it's you don't. It's not like D&D where you're just you're spamming the magic missile button. You can, but Oleg will wake up as a black, misshapen, corrupted mess, and he'd have to roll a new character. So, so 4 corruption total. Excellent. Okay, so Danny, Xerox is in the background, and one has a bleeding wound from their armpit from the arrow. The other one still has the arrow in their stomach. So if you want to describe what you're doing as you're trying to assist them, by all means.
I look at the wounds. I kind of like look calm down. I'm here to help you. I look at the wounds and kind of like slowly touch it, and I think I'm gonna roll to see how well I'm doing this. Okay. This is the one with the armpit. Do I get any modifiers or not?
Let's see here. Do you have any medicine or herbal cures on you to assist? Or?
No.
I
mean, I guess no. I didn't buy bandages. I don't think I did.
Okay.
Let's see. I got rope. I got some. Well, the character sheet is not open. I got bandages. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 4 bandages.
Okay. So you're going to try to apply first aid to them. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And let's see here. Heal. Let's see. Let me find. It's under the situations.
So Medicus does say how to do it.
What's that?
If Medicus is used.
Yeah, Medicus says that it says here that as a clever surgeon, the character can make a test against cunning to heal 1d4 of a patient's toughness or 1d6 when using an herbal cure.
Okay.
This ability can only be used once per patient and day.
So with the bandages, I'll give you a +1.
Okay.
Yeah. So
let's see. 1. So I kind of like hold it, and from nowhere I kind of like drip the arrows out. I don't know if that's a good way, but I applied the bandage immediately, so it's not bleeding. And then the one with the stomach, I kind of like say hold, and then I'm gonna try to do the same thing again.
Okay.
And I got +1. Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
So I managed to heal both of them.
Okay.
I don't know how much. It's like 1d4, I guess, but
Yeah,
yeah.
1d4 a piece. So, so fantastic. And I mean, this will also, as they heal before the caravan takes off again, that they.
So 4 and 2.
Mm-hmm. This will definitely assist. So yeah, so you've staunched the blood. I mean, she screams as you pull the arrow out of her stomach. Not sure if you're doing it the right way, but you know, it's pooling around the bandages, and you know, you did a decent job. Not being totally skilled in the ways of medicine, but you've helped them, and they do whisper their appreciation to you, as they also kind of grumble about that damned Ambrian with the bow and arrow. Vicious.
Ambrian scouts.
Yes.
The worst kind.
Excellent. All right, just a sec. Okay, so, all right, next, then it's their turn. Okay. Oh, let's see here. Oh, that's right. Didn't and Oleg? Yep. You still have your actual action if you like. So.
Oh no, I entangled the upper
That's
one.
right. Oh, that's right. You entangled. Okay. All right. So caravan guard. So with Xerx,
that one is entangled.
That one is entangled. Let me put that up. I will get this corrected. Sorry about that. So 2 entangled. Okay. So the one on Revnia, getting over his stunned exposure to your metal armor, is going to try again.
-3 again.
Mm-hmm. And with how much? Yeah. So once again though, how would we like to
line into this?
What's that? Yeah. I mean, it's how do we want to apply the critical aspect of it? Because he's still not going to break through your damage negation.
That's lucky, J-Will.
Critical.
Yeah, I mean it's
double checking it.
Yeah, I mean there's not really like a critical table or aspect. It's more. I mean, there's critical damage only occurs when it surpasses your pain threshold. But as far as you're critically hit, it's the damage negation. That is what's playing a big part of it.
Well, I guess, is it a perfect hit?
Yes.
Be right back.
Yep.
In which case, it would do plus 1d6 damage, I think.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll in the 1d6. Okay. So that's going to do 9 damage total. So that will hit you for 4 points of damage. Go ahead and describe what they do to take you out.
This guard is very flustered and gives me a harsh swing and manages this time to penetrate the armor. In the same spot. It seemed like 2 hits was the charm.
Wild swings, dents it, and then breaks through, and you can feel the point of the blade cut against your flesh. And you hear Augusto shout again. And it looks Knight, Paladin, whatever flag you fly, you're out. You are hit. Meh.
I'll step off to the side over here.
Stand down. All right.
Most sarcastic fucking shape ever.
Well, we'll blame Oleg. Yeah.
He's disappeared.
All right. So then now we've got since Revnia is out, it is Maligno. So you are going to. He's going to. So we're going to use your defense scenario, James. Okay.
Yep.
So he is going to take a swing at you, and it's still the -3. But in this scenario, if you fail, you roll again.
Okay.
Yep, that would be a fail. So take another roll.
God, it's not going to be likely, but okay.
Okay. So
do I
go
get
ahead
to
and
negate?
describe.
So it hit me, yeah. What does
Yeah,
damage
so he-
negated 1? What does that mean? How do
he
I?
does 4 points of damage.
Yeah.
So you'll only be applying 3.
Okay.
You'll be losing 3 points.
All right, so I get a bit cocky because he hasn't hit me for 2. He hasn't hit me at all, and so I get really cocky, and and he sort of like feints to attack one way, but then goes the other way, and I go straight into the blade.
Horrid, as he looks down and just realizes he really didn't have to do much.
And this gets damage to what?
To your toughness.
All right, that's the green thing, isn't it? It's -3 damage, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
So now it's Maligno's turn. So.
Well, that's it though. Well, that's me out.
No. Oh, what's the 3 damage knocks you out?
Well,
You've got
first
more
blood, right?
What's that? Yeah, first blood, but yeah, so it's going to take you out, but you're holding your initiative. I'm going to allow you to do a reaction in this situation. Just kind of as almost like, we weren't totally aware about what you were holding it. So I'll allow you in the confusion, and due to your high quickness, you can strike and see.
No, I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating. No.
Okay. Fair enough. So Maligno.
I'll go join. I'll go join the rest of everyone else.
So Argosto, young man over there, it's time for you to step out. A fine bit of dancing you've done on this battlefield today, but sorry, but meh. And Bruna gives a little shout back too. All right, so
I'm gonna say to Revnia, I want to be like, it's weird how he's just sitting there, not like getting involved. Do you know what I mean? How do we know he's like? How do we know he's like worthy of our time?
And this is regarding the caravan master.
Yeah.
Okay. So we then we have 2 left on the field. It's Oleg and Elfgarn, and we have 2 of the caravan guards that are currently entangled, fighting the growing vines, and we've got 2 that are in front of Oleg and Elfgarn. So, Gus, what does Elfgarn do?
Oh dear. Right, 4 targets. Don't like these odds. I am going to aim for this guy.
Okay.
Once again, I will mark him with my hunter's instinct.
Perfect.
And then I will knock an arrow and hopefully strike true. What's the modifier? +2.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Elfgarn, go ahead and describe, what your third successful arrow does.
Yeah, knock the arrow, let it go, and I strike the guy in his lower leg.
Okay.
Hoping that if I didn't penetrate him, I might slow him down somewhat. But the arrow obviously struck true, and it's probably protruding from his calf right now.
Yeah, he's another shout as these wonderful arrows, it just shoots into his thigh, and he screams. It's like, ah! And looks up amazed, like, in my thigh! And he drops both his shield and his sword and just collapses on the ground, just holding his leg. The guard who is not entangled is now looking around going, not too sure if he wants to continue with this and take an arrow himself.
To the knee?
We'll see what he...
Take an arrow to the knee?
Take an arrow to the knee, yeah. So we'll see what he does here in a moment, though. But before that occurs, Oleg, we've got the 2 that we want to make sure that you are maintaining.
Yeah, resolute. -5. Just 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Okay.
Well,
Do you need to roll it for both, or it's just for the single one?
I don't know.
You do it for both.
For
Yeah,
both.
okay.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
All right. Excellent. So yes, they are still frantically chopping and trying to saw through these things, and they've pretty much seems just almost like they're done too. So, but what would you like to do?
I'll try and step between 2 of us,
Okay.
between the guard and Alberetor,
Right.
and I'll try to entangle the third one.
Okay.
Hopefully, I won't get 4. Yeah, he's entangled, but the roll is...
Damn. That little
nice.
goblin is good.
Well, we have a regular Fofrid and green mouser right here. This is excellent. So yes. So he looks down at you and he starts to smile as you if you just want to, we'll just do the same thing as it entangles his legs, and he looks down, and then you hear a shout behind you going, enough. The goblin over there, he stopped 3 of my finest men with whatever this goblin magic is, and he said, I have seen enough. And he goes, so, excellent display.
Should we take a break?
Who are still standing, goblin, Ambrian, archer, hunter, master bowman, you are definitely going to be part of our caravan. As to the rest of you, and he goes, excellent show. I was amused, and regardless of the outcome, clean your wounds, bandage your bruises, take some time to heal and eat and rest. You're all going. We will be hitting the road first thing at dawn. But he just wants to pronounce, the hero of today's tournament, the goblin. What is his name?
Goggle.
And he goes, yes, what he said. And everyone starts cheering and shouting, and just and they, goblin. What's his name again? I don't know. Goblin. So fantastic. So you have successfully defeated the caravan guards, and now going to be officially part of the caravan itself. So this might be a good time for a break. Does anyone have any questions before we head out regarding their characters?
Question.
Yep.
Can we buy something in this camp, like a minimal? I need just more bandages.
Yes. No. There'll be some minor things available here. Average items, common items. So there are stuff that you can buy and purchase through the caravan before leaving.
And do we heal back to full, or do we?
I think I can heal you all.
Yeah.
Or shall we heal ourselves?
Scott, what is novice exler? What is that? What's a novice exler?
Novice exler?
Yeah, I've got alchemy at novice, and it says, special with successful roll against cunning, the character can gather herbs and minerals to create one dose of a novice. Elixir. Okay, all right.
Potion.
But
what does it do? Where do I find what it does?
It should be under. I mean, if we want to look in the book, it's the card right here. But it's
saying 150. It says page 153. Let me have a look.
Yep. Yeah. So the.
Of what? Hang on. I don't really understand what it is.
Alchemical elixirs. So
Alright.
antidotes, choking spores, etc.
Yeah. So you essentially we would need, depending on what you want to make and the cost that you have to, we would want to decide what it is you're making based on your skills. So the descriptions are right there. So a herbal cure consists of an alchemical poultice coupled with bandages. It smells vile but heals 1 point of toughness. So this herbal cure has a greater effect if used with the character with the medicus ability. So depending on what the alchemy skill does, you pick from this list of what you're going to be producing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I might ask some further questions during the break, but
Yep.
all right. Well, we'll be back in a minute, guys. Don't touch that dial. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.